Okay, we're identifying the key shapes. Okay, so we know that B is a 7. B is here. It's shaped like going that way. You know, it's like a boot going that way, and C is a boot going the other way, kind of thing. That those shapes are reflected on my designs here. All right, you can see them. You can actually see these guys if you look hard. Um, they are there now. They're upside down. They're upside down. If you imagine how ridiculous they look upside down, but when I see them from here, I see them as okay. But I still don't use those shapes anymore because of my eyes. I use the colors and their placement where they are. So that these numbers help us. Okay, the E shape always starts on the R. That means the bar is on the R. So in E shape C, the bar is on the root C. But if you're doing a diatonic, if you're doing a diatonic C scale, okay, which is up here, you're going to want to start on oh, excuse me, this would be on the E shape here. You want to start on the B. I call it R minus. That just helps me a little bit with the. So we call it an E shape, but it's R minus because it's actually one lower, right? From this box here, this chamber, we call it a chamber. So if, for instance, in E, we're calling this an E shape, we're going to call this R minus, right? But over here, calling this a C shape, which spans all this chamber right here, all right, when I go to the F, it's going to be an E shape. I'll call it an E plus because that's what it is. It's an E plus 1. All right, almost got into that too much. So, where were we? Yeah, we're talking about the numbers here. Okay. Now this little chart's an interesting chart. This chart was made just to see where these patterns go, where they go, and see we still have the same numbers there. So there's C, there's G, the fifth. Okay, C shape starting on the third. There's your familiar C. You know, the familiar C, the long C. Okay, and then we go to the A, and the C chord of interest is second inversion A, 5 root 3. Okay. What's going on with the 7 and 7 here is that with the C, okay, remember we said we have a big, a long one on the bottom, an S2L on the bottom? Well, that long also stands for L, right? L is for long, but it looks like a long. The word long has an L in it, and L looks like a long, you know, it has a long foot, whatever. So that's where the L is there. Okay, then the A is kind of like a mixture of that. There's only two perfect 7Ls in the on the fretboard itself, and that would be where these 7Ls are perfectly in the middle. They're perfectly in the thing. Actually, this is an L7 right here. That looks pretty good. You see how they're not outside here. They're not in the virtual zone. And this is what I'm saying with the two patterns that I have. Okay, you got the stack of two long. When you stack these one on top of one another, okay, one on top of one another, one on top of one another, okay, go like this. You paste it. Oh, it didn't go. It didn't go anywhere. But you put it right there and paste it there. Okay, then that's where it goes. Then we take another one of the S3S's. All right, copy that, paste that. We're going to paste that on top of here again. All right, this is why I like to work with the digital notes kind of thing, because I lost the the movability of the thing, so you just go backwards a little bit, and then we have to draw the box again, okay, and then paste it. So this is how I make charts. Now remember, the 2 is going to be lined up on that 6. I messed it up again, just by the way the Earphone View software works. It didn't grab the little sprite and move it. I had to stretch it there. But this 6 is exactly, and then once again on top of that we get the S2L, and we go on and on and on all the way up the fretboard, across the fretboard. But somewhere along the line they have to add horizontally. Anyway, that's what you get, this building block, and it's kind of moving along like this, and they kind of move along, and as they go this way, okay, this way for you guys, they're going up. You see how they're heading upward? They're kind of marching up a half step at a time, and the other way they're going down. And horizontally they intermix. So you got 6, 7R, all right, but that 7R2 is part of the S3S to the right. So they're interwoven horizontally. Okay, that's important to know for moving around on the fretboard. And another thing is, when they're being played, like if you have okay, if this is 7√2 of the top of an S3S, okay, and I want to go to the bottom of an S2L, I can just skip a note here and go. All right, well, I think that's a little. We have to talk about intervals, okay? Intervals is say from C to F the fourth, C to the green, E is a third, C to E flat is a third, a flatted third, okay? Flatted third. So the question is, where are these notes that we're playing when we jump up to another interval? So if we go from like C to D to F to G, okay, what is this interval from the D to the F? Okay, well, we can look down here. It's a minor third. So this is a minor third. All right, so whatever we're doing on the pattern here, the next one is usually a minor third up. The further apart they are, the actually closer the note. So if I go G, A to B, well, look, B, and then I go all the way down this way, look, I'm right on B again. So if I go G and A and then go just down a minor third or something, whatever that is, from this up over here and then down a minor third, I've only gone up a whole step. So this is a whole step here, okay, between strings. Okay, 6 to R is a step and a half. See what I'm saying? And then straight up, where they're right next to one another, is a full fourth. So the further you go down, the less you're going up, to the point where if I go 6 down all the way this many half steps, I'm